Hello students, welcome back to my English language grammar class. Students, you all know that while speaking we pause, stop and change the tone of our voice to make our meaning clear. This helps people to understand what we are saying. When we write, we must use punctuation marks to make our writing clear and meaningful. Yes, children, I hope now you have got the idea of today's topic, that is punctuation. Yes, punctuation is the use of various signs or marks in written language to bring clarity to the meaning of a sentence or passage. So it is mainly used in a sentence to give proper pauses. You have learnt that your name begins with a capital letter and so does the name of your city. Now you know that why they are both proper nouns. The names of towns, cities, countries, continents, like all proper nouns, begin with capital letters, which are followed by small letters. Each word that makes up the name of your school begins with a capital letter. Now, students, look at the board here.
See here the name of our school, that is HS Memorial School. Here you can see it's written, H is written in capital, S capital, Memorials M capital and Schools S capital. Now read the first sentence. I am a pupil of class 2 of HS Memorial School. Here you will notice that the word class has been written with a capital letter. This is because it refers to the particular class you study in. Otherwise, the word class is usually spelt with a small c. See the second sentence. The children of all classes were given their textbooks today. So here you have seen in the first sentence the class written in capital letter, and in the second sentence the word class is written in small letter.
You have also learnt that a sentence always begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop, or question mark, or an exclamation mark. When you ask a question, you end the sentence with a question mark and not with a full stop. Some sentences show surprise, shock, excitement, or a strong feeling. Use an exclamation mark at the end of such sentences or words. We use an exclamation mark after words like hey, hooray, etc. Now look at the board once again.
So sentence number 1 says dolphins are intelligent animals. Then number 2, are dolphins intelligent animals? Then number 3, how intelligent dolphins are? So here you can see there are 3 types of sentences. The first one is statement sentence, and then the second one is a question sentence or an interrogative sentence. The third one is exclamation, it's having an exclamation, and so it's called an exclamatory sentence. And you have noticed one thing, that all the 3 sentences are beginning with a capital letter and ending with either a full stop or a question mark or an exclamatory mark.
Most commonly used punctuation marks are full stop, question mark and comma, which I'll be discussing later in this video. We have learned that capital letter or uppercase letter is used for the first letter in a sentence, then particular names of people, places, towns, streets, rivers, etc. Then festivals, months of the year, days of the week, and holidays. And for proper nouns or I, when we write about ourselves. I've already discussed these things in my earlier videos when I did common and proper nouns. When we read a sentence or a paragraph, we find the use of small letter and capital letters in it. All the letters in a sentence are not capital or small letters. Therefore, it is very important for us to know where we should use capital letters and where we should use small letters. So we know that full stop is used in long pause. A comma is used to separate words or phrases in a sentence after introductory words such as yes, no, well, on, etc. To separate the name of the listener from the rest of the sentence and to show a pause or a break between parts of a sentence. In other words, we can also say that comma comes between nouns and pronouns phrases in a list. It expresses the shortest pause. We use comma for the following.
Number 1. To separate a series of words of the same parts of speech. Like here, we bought apples, oranges, bananas, and grapes. Then we also use comma when we are using between adjectives, when we use more than one adjectives to describe something. Like Hemant is a funny, naughty, intelligent, and responsible boy. So here, see where we have used the commas. Then between nouns and pronouns in apposition, as Mr. Bose, the principal of the school, addressed the students. Then whenever a brief pause is needed, like here, if you need my help, write to me. Then before yes, no, and please, and also before the name of the person we are speaking to. Like the first one, no, it has stopped raining. Then yes, I want to join karate classes. Then Mayank, come here. Now the question mark. We use a question mark after a question or at the end of an interrogative sentence. You already know that. The example, when did you come home? See the question mark given at the end of the sentence. Then an exclamation mark. We use an exclamation mark after interjections and commands. Wow, it is a pretty dress. Then keep quiet. Inverted commas. What a wonderful painting, exclaimed Smita. Spoken, these are the spoken words. We use these interrogative inverted commas or quotation marks to enclose the exact words spoken by a person or to enclose titles of stories, poems, essays, and articles, or to mark off the exact words of the speaker. Like R.K. Narayan's story, An Astrologer's Day. This is the title of a story. Then colon. We use this colon is used to introduce a list, an explanation, a quote, or a definition. We also use a colon to distinguish the title from the subtitle and hours from minutes. See the first example. The examinees were asked to bring three things: a pencil, an eraser, and a scale. So these are the list of things. Then let's not forget the main issue. We need to quit using plastic. So this is the explanation. Then Peter Pan. So Peter Pan is quoting that every time you say you don't believe in fairies, a fairy dies. Then while using a definition, oodles is the word, and the definition is a very large amount of something pleasant. Then Nihal bought a copy of George Eliot's novel Middlemarch, a study of provincial life. This is the subtitle. Then while we are using to write the time for hours and minutes, like 11:34 a.m., then comes the semicolon. The semicolon joins two independent sentences that are closely related. It often replaces a conjunction or a connective. We also use semicolons in place of commas in a list that has commas within items. So the examples are: Rohini never goes out after dark. She is scared of ghosts. Then there are three important dates in this chapter: February 4, 1922, March 12, 1930, August 9th, 1942. So we have used the semicolons when we have written the three dates. Imran has finished his work. Therefore, he left earlier than usual. Now, here you can see names of countries, cities, continents, rivers, seas, and oceans, the names of the week and months, festivals, buildings, and historical monuments, subjects such as English, names of books, newspapers are written in capital letters. Now comes the apostrophe. We use an apostrophe to show possession or belonging or the relationship between two things. We also use it in contractions to show the missing letters in a word. The example is Shina's boutique. So it shows the belongingness. Then I'll. It's a contraction of I will. Then the third one, the professor's lecture. It is showing the relationship between the professor and the lecture. Now sometimes we join two words using an apostrophe to make short forms. We omit one or more letters and use an apostrophe in their place. Now children, go through this table. So students, your class ends here. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. I wish you good health. Bye bye.